The following is a presentation of Foosball Radio. It's FoosTalk Live.
You talking to me?
Compelling and lively banter.
Are you going to talk to us?
Talking foosball.
Foosball was how I measured my value as a man. You took that away.
Players and fans, promoters and pros. Unedited and raw.
Talk.
Living in the moment.
We have a lot of important things to talk about.
All while practicing social distancing.
Cool, we'll talk. No big whoop.
Let's get this thing started. FoosTalk Live. Hi, this is Tom Robinson, and I want to personally thank our Patreon pillars for their support of Foosball Radio and FoosTalk Live. Here's to our newest Patreon, Larry Davis, Greg Taylor, David Goodwin, Dan Packer, Brad Lorene of Rodlock.com. Thanks to Randy Raposo, Thomas Dyke, Mike Veit, Rob Cutler, Ernie Bischoff, James Sparky Castillo, Carl Fleischer, Jay Teal, Brian Schmid, Cameron Burrows, Jimmy Love, Dwayne Stewart, Judy Schober, Reed Rector, and our friends from the 716 Buffalo Foosball Club. Thank you. Your support brings continued and expanding content from Foosball Radio as we cover the greatest sport on earth. Visit patreon.com/Foosball Radio to find out how to become a Foosball Radio Patreon. FoosTalk Live is brought to you by Original Leonhardt. The Leonhardt Tournament Model is the most popular foosball table at the ITSF World Cup. Designed and handcrafted in Germany, order online and have it delivered to your door. Visit www.original-leonhardt-usa.com and use promo code FoosTalk to save 10% off your purchase price. And we are live on FoosTalk Live. Hey there, it's Tom Robinson. Welcome back to episode number 307. The summer is just flashing past. It's hard to believe we're at the end of July already, but here we are, and we're back to talk about foosball. And if you're going to talk about foosball, by the way, you better have somebody nearby who loves the sport of foosball, who in this case would be Chase Pennell. Hello, Chase.
Hey, what's going on, brother?
What's up, dude?
Just living the dream, baby. Just
Yeah,
living the dream.
yeah.
Foosball dreams.
Is your summer, give me a rating. Is it between, let's say, 1 and 10? What is your summer so far? 10 being the best, 1 being the least.
7.5.
7.5. Nice.
Yeah, pretty solid.
Good,
Pretty
good,
solid.
good. Yeah, it's hard to rate sometimes, but I think I'm going to call it an 8 so far.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a big score. That's a big number.
It is a big number, but it
Big
just things are popping, things are happening, and especially in the world of foosball. I mean, think about this.
That's true.
When was the last time we got to mention a major name in advertising or just in marketing altogether? A major name along with a foosball club. So
Well, I think that would probably take us back into the 70s
Yeah.
with,
yeah.
what was that, Schlitz beer or something like that?
right,
Like,
exactly.
I think that's where we have to go to get a major name
And
to connect it to the sport of foosball.
I mean, as good as it was in those days, nowhere near what we get to talk about tonight. In fact,
It's a different level.
yeah, we're talking new heights, new levels upon levels of sponsorship, and of course, foosball at its best. And of course, that brings us to introduce our guest for tonight. First of all, Michael Stahl, and second of all, Jim Provost. But both these guys spent the last month or so in the New York City metropolitan area with the McDonald's. It was, I guess, well, guys, fill me in on the details. What was the McDonald's title? Give me, Michael, what would you call the McDonald's event?
Yeah, so first of all, thank you guys for having us on. It's really awesome to be on FoosTalk Live again, Foosball Radio, to chat about the thing that we all love, which is table soccer, which happens to be a parallel of soccer, which brought us great relevance in New York City for a New York. So basically, it was a McDonald's New York Metro Foosball Youth Series.
That's it. That's it.
Brought to you
Okay.
by Foosball Clubs USA.
Yes. Foosball Clubs USA. and McDonald's. What a combination, man. We're going to get into the details on that tonight for sure. But right next to you, of course, on the screen I'm looking at, to your right would be Jim Provost, who, by the way, he and I got a chance to chat
Hello.
recently. Jim, welcome. Jim, of course, is now the president of the USTSO and a board member of Foosball Clubs USA.
El Presidente.
El President, yes, Mr. President, welcome to FoosTalk Live.
Thank you. It's great to be on. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, guys, New York City. I mean, come on. Does it get any bigger?
I mean, you were asking how the summer was. I'd say New York City was a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Nice.
That's awesome.
Okay.
What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, so I'm a critic, right? Like,
Love it.
so I judge things pretty tough.
Give me the
I
real
feel
score,
like
Mike.
The real score.
9-2.
All right, that's still a
Really?
monster number.
Wow.
It's in the nines for sure. I mean, you got a corporate sponsor. You're working with incredible volunteers. You know, the only reason why it wasn't a 10 was because we didn't make it on national television. If it was if we made it on national TV, which was our goal, to get on some level of national television, it would have been a 10 for sure.
There you go. Well,
Still.
there's still time.
Well, that's a goal that we can maintain for next year.
There you go.
Hopefully we continue to do this.
Yeah. So
Yeah, and
I was just going to say that
Yeah, if I
means
could-
that you're going to do this again?
yeah, so that's the thing. We were absolutely asked back, given the approval and a budget for this specific event. So to kind of detangle the weeds here and just kind of like go back to the beginning, I got a call back in November from a marketing executive with Dexposito. So actually, is the director of this marketing ad agency that represented the Hispanic population in the greater New York metro area.
Okay.
So they do a lot of, ads and media stuff for, Hispanic youth, and they represent Hispanic youth and the Hispanic culture at large in New York City. They have a client. Their name is McDonald's, and the largest restaurant chain in the world. They had a really fun event that they did every year, and in light of World Cup, they wanted to do a small footprint event inside of McDonald's restaurants that really got the youth engaged in something that was all about inclusivity and community. And they did some research. My good friend Andy with Dexposito got a hold of me, reached out, saw a video on Facebook, liked what he saw, called us, and he said, "Hey, what do you think about maybe doing like a fun foosball thing inside McDonald's?" And I said, "I think that's brilliant in light of World Cup. I think there's a lot of great parallels there. It's a small footprint. It's really inclusive. You've got a nonprofit behind it that was also founded in New York. So it was just a really great culmination of different pieces that came together that really worked out."
Wow.
Wow.
Congratulations, by the
No
way.
kidding. That's
Uh,
amazing.
Yeah, talk about a coup. This has never happened to organized foosball, really, in the past. I mean, we've had sponsors, like we mentioned, but you got to go way back into the distant past to find those sponsors. And now, I mean, obviously, World Foosball Tour has Faloro, and I know there's a couple of others that are on board, but nothing to the stature of McDonald's. Man, this is amazing. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. We had over a six-figure budget with,
Hmm.
all together with this entire series. We had 9 different events, various different boroughs. I think 3 different New Jersey locations, including Manasquan, which was quite a hike.
Mm-hmm.
But really, I would be remiss to mention what really was the secret sauce in all of this, which was our volunteers and Jim leading the charge with the USTSO, with FoosApp. Jim Provost, probably the MVP. Sorry, not probably, most certainly the MVP.
There you go.
Came out, stayed with us for an entire month, worked every single event, helped put tables together, really led the team, and man, I'm so grateful for him.
Well, it always helps
Wow.
to have somebody on your team who speaks New York, right?
It is its
Well,
own language.
It
when
is.
I heard, Mike was putting this together, I just felt like, as you guys were saying, like this is a major sponsor, and we haven't had a major sponsor in foosball in a long time.
Yep.
And also that it was adjacent to youth. And, that's another thing that we always talk about in the sport. How do we get young people into it? So, there it is, two things that we've always talked about that we need. And this, check the box on both of those.
Oh, yeah.
So I just wanted to really be there for Mike and the team and, have boots on the ground and, make McDonald's as happy as possible with the promotion.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
that's exactly what we did.
how many competitors do you know that you ended up getting across all these locations and all these boroughs and everything?
After the dust settled, I believe 84 kids,
Whoa.
12 to 18 years old, came out
Huh.
over the course of 8 different qualifiers. So the way it worked is Andy pitched a small footprint event. He didn't really know anything about foosball, but he had the perfect guy, right? Like I've been running tournaments for a long time. I've ran, 5 years worth of state championships for Michigan,
Mm-hmm.
and also just, copious youth events, so far under my belt now. And so I figured, hey, let's make it a series. Let's make it a qualifier. Uh, and we did. So we did 8 different qualifiers. It was a monster draw your partner, which I think is key, right? When you want
Yeah,
Yes.
just go have fun.
exactly like more of a communal focus and inclusion where these kids are mixing up and they're meeting different friends. And that's what our program's all about, is building a community, putting kids in a social space that maybe they wouldn't normally put themselves. So we create this mechanism that these kids can really socialize in different ways. McDonald's love that. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why we've been asked to come back, is
That's very
because
cool.
it's a very dynamic event where these kids can make new friends and they can compete. I mean, we ended up Dexposito and Foosball Clubs USA um, collaboratively gave away over, I believe, $10,000 in prizes
Oh.
over the course of these 4 weeks.
Wow.
We did $8,000 in educational grants.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
these
Huh.
kids, 12 to 18 years old, had the opportunity to take care of some of their college tuition with the winnings.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Gosh, I wish I could have paid for my college tuition with foosball. Goodness gracious.
This is just the beginning.
Even
I'll
like,
chime in with that. One of the things that, Mike's talking about the community aspect of it. Um, the kids are focused on the table and they're
Mhm.
engaged, and you don't see them on their phones or on apps or whatever. They're playing foosball and making friends, and that's one of the things I loved about the program.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, okay, I've got 2 follow-up questions because this is awesome. One, did you guys have like a set of rules? I mean, I'm betting you didn't use like tournament rules. Nobody's going to know what that stuff is. I mean, seriously, right? Like, oh yeah, 3 walls because nobody cares. Like, come on.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
and
So
go ahead. Yeah, start.
go
please.
ahead. Yeah, I'll answer your first question, then we can go into the other ones you might have.
Yeah.
So I felt like it was best to have a very minimal rule set. In fact, we had 3. We had 3
Perfect.
rules.
Wow.
Rule number 1, ready protocol, right?
Okay.
And instead of 3 ball transfers, we just said touch 2. So touch 2, tic tac, and then you're all set. So every kid learned what a tic tac was. Every kid understood the protocol. You ready? Yep, we're ready. All right, boom, and then play ball. Also, in our foosball clubs, all across the country, we do rock paper scissors. So instead of flipping a coin, we do rock paper scissors,
I
rock
love
paper scissors
that.
shoot, and it's one and done. And the winner gets to pick ball or side, and that's it.
Love
It's
that.
easy. It's
Very cool.
fast. You don't have to have a coin.
Yep.
You're not asking 10 people in the room, do you have a coin? It just gets done quickly. And it was a race to 3 points. So rule number 1, ready protocol. Rule number 2, no spinning. And then
Mhm.
rule number 3, never stick your hand inside the
The table?
play field while the ball's in play.
Good.
Perfect. Perfect. That's
Yeah, and
perfect.
we had refs, so we would loosely make sure that things were going well.
Mm.
Yeah. Jim actually did that throughout the entire series, and at a really high level. It's a balance, right? Like you want to let the kids play. You don't want to ref them up too much, but you certainly want to let the kids play. We did that.
Of course. Yeah, that's like I try not to. There's two things. With my kids, I'm trying to get them into foosball. They don't want to play, so I don't care about the rules, right? Like, just go have fun. I don't care. I just want you to have fun. That's why part of me was so interested in that. I find the minimalistic rules. I think we have too many rules in foosball now. I think
I do.
a
Yeah.
new person trying to get into foosball, it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you hit 3 walls, you can't do that. Oh, you didn't hit this next guy. Oh, you didn't. Get out of here. Like, it's too much.
Yeah.
That was an adjustment. So
I think
it's way too much.
Yeah,
It's a
it
barrier
is.
to entry.
yeah. The most universal rule change that I'd like to see is, and maybe this is a unpopular opinion. I think if there was one rule that I could change, I would say make it a universal 10-second timeline on every rod. Why
Mhm.
do we have a
Mhm.
10 and 15-second timeline?
Yep.
I get setting up your shot to pass or setting up your shot to shoot, but come on, like 10 seconds universally, the game would go quicker.
Makes
I just
sense.
think it'd be so much better.
Most
I
most
totally am with you on that.
beginning players are shooting within 3 seconds anyway. So
If that.
yeah, if that. Exactly.
I think tournaments would probably they would finish sooner. Like if
Mhm.
we had,
Yep.
like, think about it. Every possession, 5 less seconds on the 3 bar shooting and on the 2, like I bet you'd save an hour a tournament.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
All right. Follow-up question. Did any of these kids have a clue how to actually play?
That's what I love the most. And I'll let Jim take this one.
So, we were worried about maybe some ringer coming in and
Yes.
just destroying everybody,
Mhm.
and that didn't happen, which
Oh,
was
that's
nice.
awesome.
Huh.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
I'd say everybody was at a true beginner level, but there were a few players that were beginners but understood hitting the ball a little harder and
Sure.
some basic control.
Mhm.
Okay.
We had a couple of foosball second generation players in the New York area that came, but they were still beginners. And the first qualifier, it was Victor Lamb's daughter and son. I don't know if you know Victor. He's a pro player in New
Yeah.
York.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And his daughter and son are teenagers, and they came to a qualifier. They did not qualify, and then she came back for a second qualifier and did qualify.
Oh
Oh,
good.
that's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So if you don't qualify in one, I mean, means you're not a true ringer. So
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
And I'd say Victor's son is probably the best player we saw
okay.
as far as just the skill set, but it was the luck of the draw. We did a monster DYP, he just didn't finish on the top.
Yeah.
3 points, man. Anything
Huh.
can happen in 3 total.
Yeah.
3 points.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
that's great.
I
Wow.
think overall for the series, the cream really did rise to the top. I think that at every qualifier, the best player truly did win.
Mhm.
Wow, that's
And
awesome.
including the finals too. It was a really fun series, and there was some seriously true beginners that were a part of this. And what was cool, I think my favorite part of this whole thing was just seeing the level, like seeing them develop over the series, not only on the table, right, learning to tic tac and push kick and pull kick, but actually their confidence level. Like some of these kids, they showed up to their first qualifier and they were very meek. They were
Yeah.
very,
Yeah.
they weren't super confident. Maybe they weren't super sociable. But by the time that they won that qualifier, that you could see the level of confidence develop from that point all
Yep.
the way to the final, where they showed up, they had their own jersey or their cool shirt they wore for the final, and they just radiated confidence. It was so cool.
That's great.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Now, did anybody practice and get a fair amount better, or
Yeah,
really?
yeah. There was a few kids that did really well, specifically the 2 finalists, Christian and Angel. And not to get too crazy, listen, I gotta say this, and I really don't care what anyone thinks about this because it's how I feel.
Feed
I'm
the
just
baby
gonna be
bird.
straight up. I prayed for a corporate sponsor. I'm a man of faith and
Me
I'm a
too, brother.
Christian, and it's my number one thing uh in life is my relationship with God. And I prayed for a corporate sponsor, and a month later I got a call, and it was a guy representing McDonald's.
Wow.
And
Mm.
at our very first qualifier, we have a kid named Angel who ends up winning the first qualifier.
Hmm.
Okay, and his good friend Christian, who he practiced with in the same city in Manhattan at a boys and girls club that we reached out to. That's how they heard about this, because we reached out to just an insane amount of different organizations, and just the legwork that this event took,
Mm.
and we'll get into that later, was just incredible, like around the clock effort, which, by the way, without Jim, none of this would have been possible. And we'll get into that. But we have in the very final, we have Christian versus Angel in the final.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh man.
come on, like how
Yeah.
it's just insane. You know what I mean? And it's something that, like, again, like I prayed for, and you know,
That's so
I'm
cool.
just gonna leave it at that. I won't go too much into it. Um, you know, but it's just incredible the things that are possible.
That is awesome.
And we also had a couple of young ladies that were in the final qualifiers as well, which was great.
Cool.
You know,
Yeah.
we had Isabel Stelly as one of our foosball ambassadors,
Hmm.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
you know, having her and also Brandon at the final representing, and you know, the kids were just having fun playing pickups with them.
Yeah.
You know, it was great for the inclusion, which was what part of this promotion was about.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
how
had no
cool.
idea those guys were going to be there. I know that there's still tournaments going on across the country, so that's
They're at
terrific.
Mississippi State right now.
Right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Dexposito flew Brandon and Isabel out when they got a hold of me, and they asked me who did I want to be the ambassador. They're like, well, Mike, you're a world champ, you could do it. And I said, no, I think we need to get someone else in here. I
Yeah.
want to make this bigger, and I want to spread the opportunity out a little bit more to someone who deserves it. And so I immediately thought of Brandon, because I know he's very passionate about McDonald's brand, and
Yes.
It's true.
it was a no-brainer. And then obviously I kind of talked to my guy, and I said, listen, I know we've got a budget. We need to stay inside the budget, but can we fly his girlfriend out too? I think it'd be awesome to have some female representation there. Jim actually recommended that, and I was like, hey, I'm working on it. And so, we got that, we made it happen. And so we had Brandon and Isabel, who were total class acts to work with. I recommend Brandon for any corporate event, out there. He really handled it well. He did some interviews with I think it was some Hispanic specific media companies that came out and did a couple interviews, and
Yeah.
both in English and in Spanish, just
Oh,
classed
wow.
out. Really, really awesome representative, both of those
That was
people.
one of my questions. I mean, were there like local newspaper people or people that reporters that would stop in to see from time to time what you guys were up to?
Yeah, it was tough because there's a deal with the marketing company. They really could only report to certain places,
Okay.
and they couldn't push it to national. So,
Mm-hmm.
by that, obviously, I mean like a national media company that would handle the story. So we reached out to like Good Morning America, The Tonight Show, like every possible national outline you can think of. We really did put our feelers out there and sent press releases too. Jim was a huge help with that, and also different places. Like, we were hustling every day. Like, there wasn't a moment we were out there, besides maybe 3 days for the 4th of July I took off because my girlfriend flew out, you know,
Mm.
to visit. Shout
Yeah,
out Allie. But
keep in
yeah,
mind that month in New York was unbelievable. Like the
it was.
Knicks just won the World
Oh,
Championship.
yeah.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
parade was on the Friday that like we had our first qualifier.
Yeah.
Then there was the World Cup activities, which was ongoing, and they had parties all over New York City
That's
during
right.
that period of time.
That's right.
Then there was the 250th anniversary of our country, And, there was a huge deal in Manhattan with the fireworks and the Statue of Liberty and everything.
Yeah.
And I think there was something else. I mean, it was just like one thing after the other. It was so hard to get media attention in that crowded space.
Stack any more stuff on top of this?
It's
It was an unreal,
just another day in New York.
unreal.
Yeah.
Man.
It was an unreal time to be in New York City, and
So
I'm not trying to take anything away from the effort. It was no lack of effort that we didn't get that media spot. I think that we did everything we possibly could, and then we did more. Like we really did the most that we could, and I feel like we couldn't have done better. I really do, and I think it was all about the team, the collaborative effort, having Carlos Conspedes out there, Tito's, who did just an incredible job. The videography work that he did, the editing on the reels, the social media, representation from a foosball club's event perspective was just really great. Overall, like I'm just really happy. I'm very elated with it. We had some New York folks who came out. Darlene came out and represented New York City and did some volunteering. We had a couple people that, they showed up and they helped us out. It was really good.
Fantastic. No, have you guys noticed it? And this is something that happened during the World Cup promotional period on the network television. They were running. I've forgotten exactly what the sponsor was, but there was I think a major sponsor that was running a World Cup commercial, and it was all about promoting soccer and the World Cup. And in that commercial, they tossed in foosball. I don't know if you saw that.
I heard about it. I did not see it.
It's really cool. No, it's a foosball guy that appears on the screen. It looks kind of like an AI generated foosball guy, like like a real person, but in the form of a foosball player. But it's really cool because it's like, oh, these people are playing foosball, and it's a real quick clip. It might be 10 seconds, maybe 10, 12 seconds, but it's foosball nonetheless.
Very quick.
Yeah. And I thought, well, there you go. That's what we're talking about right there.
More to come.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exciting.
I think the relevance in the space is absolutely there, and we're in this period of incubation in foosball that I think is going to be really copacetic for growth and also just more opportunities, generally speaking, for foosball players, foosball promoters, for youth programming. I mean, it's just a really great time to be into foosball. And just using it as a tool. And that's what we've been doing at foosball clubs. Jim, I'm really, really impressed with Jim. I mean, spending a month with this guy, you could see why he's done so well in business. And he's just really, I'm so glad we have him on our board because we really do have just such a great collaboration with all the different board members we have now. I'm just so excited for this nonprofit organization and for the trajectory that we're on right now.
That's awesome.
I'd like to expand on that a little bit. I had an ulterior motive in getting an Airbnb in New York that we could all kind of be together and work as a team. And, I wanted to spend time with Mike. I wanted to get to know him, and also Carlos, AKA Tito's. And boy, I am so impressed with these young guys. Like, after spending that month with them, I feel very confident in where foosball is going. I mean, of course, there's other people in the foosball universe that are doing things, but I'm just speaking specifically to this situation here.
Yeah.
And, I want to support foosball clubs. Carlos helped us with the Spanish broadcast of at the ITSF
In Texas.
Tornado World Series.
Yeah.
And, I'm going to continue to support his engagement with foosball as well as Foosball Clubs USA, just because I see how hard these guys are working. Their enthusiasm, integrity, like all the things that, you get to know somebody when you're spending a month with them.
Yeah.
Like, these are guys I want to go to war with. And, we're going to continue to do that.
Yeah. Wow. Very cool. Now, when it comes to being in New York, I know prior to this, Michael, I I hate to say this, but you were a virgin, correct?
I've never been to New York City before. It was my first time in the Big Apple, man. Yeah, I took a bite out of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
But I think the euphemism is certainly accurate in the sense that you have not lived until you spent some time in New York City, plain and simple. And
You
just saying.
know, yeah, man, just an honest take on that. You take out the foosball piece and everything. I felt very safe. I mean, we
Hmm.
stayed in a really good neighborhood in Queens, called Flushing. It's
Hmm.
predominantly, Asian, very Chinese and Korean culture.
Yep.
And the food was incredible. The people were incredible. Jim did a great job getting us a spot to stay, picking the right place, the right accommodation. And it was an easy sub ride into Manhattan. And we visited every borough. Like we were in every borough. We went to, several cities in New Jersey. I mean,
Cool.
I almost want to calculate the amount of miles and steps it took. I might even look into it. Like I might even go on my phone and just look,
Yeah.
just to see
How much
the
travel time did
culmination.
I have?
Yeah,
Jeez.
because I've never worked so hard in my life. Because if you think about it, foosball club's operations they don't halt when I'm doing an event.
Yeah.
So I'm like the primary admin for the nonprofit. I'm the sole employee. Of course, we have 1.5 contractors that are working with us. Canada Foosball Shop, Dan and Cam out there who
Yep.
do just an incredible job supporting the operations of our organization. Uh, but it just didn't stop, man. I mean, we kept going, and there's just a list of things that I still need to get through, and I
Mm.
haven't stopped working. I think I took like a day and a half off when I got home, and yeah, I think maybe 4.5 days in 5 weeks I've had off, and it doesn't
Dang.
feel like work. Like it's been so fun, and I'm just excited to get. We got a lot going on with back to school, and just so many things right now. People are going to see nine 9 months to a year's worth of work in the next 2 months, and they're going to be. I really think people are going to be very happy, and we've waited to roll out everything all at once because we've built a pipeline that is going to be prepared for schools,
Mm.
students, parents, and donors. So we're going to have different things ready for different people and volunteers as well. So, if you want to be a volunteer for foosball clubs, there's going to be a dashboard for that. If you want to be a donor, there's going to be a dashboard for that. If you want to be a student in a school learning foosball from your teacher, there's a dashboard for that. Like we're going to have
Wow.
the infrastructure's been built. We've been sitting on an egg. I'm so excited to crack it and feed everyone. It's going to be great.
That's
Wow.
cool.
This is a night for euphemisms, is it not? Hey, man, I got to ask you, what was your favorite part of New York City? What site or what place? What would you like to go back to next?
I'll let Jim answer this while I think.
Okay.
So I'm from New York originally.
Yeah.
I grew up right outside of Queens. And so I love it. I love New York. My daughter lives there. My sister lives there. So I have a lot of friends. The foosball community in New York is second to none.
Yes.
Great group, very welcoming. And so that, I'll just say, that just goes without saying, that I don't have really one favorite thing, but I just want to mention something special during our time there. I took some time to visit the Statue of Liberty at the end of the trip. This was when
Mm.
everything was done. Everybody was kind of cleared out of the Airbnb. And I think Mike visited with his girlfriend at the beginning of the trip on the 4th of July break.
Yep.
And,
Cool.
I haven't been to the Statue of Liberty in 20 years. And usually you don't go when you're from New York unless you have somebody from out of town that comes in. And I had a friend come in, and so we went.
Right.
And, it was very moving. And, maybe some people know a little bit about the Statue of Liberty. It was a gift from France, of course. And I don't know if people know that that was supposed to be a gift that corresponded with the 100th anniversary of the United States, and now we're at the 250th anniversary.
Yeah.
But there was a guy, a French engineer and artist, Bartholdi.
Yep.
That was the person behind that project. And it was supposed to correspond with the 100th year anniversary of the United States, but it actually was inaugurated in 1886. It was 10 years late.
Okay.
And I was curious, like, what kept this guy going? Like, it was 20 years from the time he came up with the idea to the time that that statue was executed.
20 years. Wow.
20 years. And, there was political problems, there was funding issues. And I have to say, like, I could see parallels to what Mike is doing in the world of foosball and what this guy Bartholdi's vision was. I mean, they both had missions. They both campaigned for support. They both inspire other people to join them.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was a kind of a team effort. There was a group in France that was putting together the statue, and there's a group in the United States that was putting together money for the pedestal for the statue to go on. And a lot of the donations, this is in 1865, they're only $1, which is about $20 in today's money.
Yep.
And, I'm just going to put it out there to the foosball community. It doesn't take a lot. If people will donate $20 to Foos Clubs USA and we get 2,000 people, that goes a long way to funding the program and bringing tables to schools. And I will say, and I'll say it again, after working with Mike and being on the ground with him for a month, you're putting your money in the right place.
Wow. That's a
Thanks,
ringing
Jim.
endorsement. And yes,
Yeah.
if you're ready to do it, you want to pull the trigger, foosballclubsusa.com. Simple. Just go there and make your donation. Do it now. Do it now.
So
Thank
since
you,
we're on the
guys.
topic, let's ask, what is the process for getting a school on board with Foos Clubs USA?
Yeah. So first, let me answer Tom's question really quick.
Please.
You'd asked what my favorite place. It's funny that you said that, Jim, because I would say the Statue of Liberty is easily the most iconic moment that I had in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
Going there with my lady was really cool, but I love history, and so learning about how the statue was made and the thin sheets of copper and how the statue actually went from a copper color to green, how it over time how that happened, and just
Yeah.
everything is just
Yeah.
super cool to learn, like the backstory of everything. And obviously liberty is such, man, it's having the liberty to live here in the US and to have the freedoms that we do.
Mm-hmm.
It's tremendous. And I don't take it for granted. I mean, it's really incredible. So being in New York City during the 250th anniversary, I felt like an American. I really did. I'm just so proud of my country. I'm proud of the people that are getting involved on, in a social cause, helping us execute youth programming right now in 23 states. I mean, it's an honor. It really is. And so I just want to thank you guys for that. And to get a club started, it's really easy. We've developed a funnel on our website. So the homepage, when you go to Foosball Clubs USA, we created it's called the Foosball Effect. It's a series of videos in which you'll see the first 4 when you go to the homepage. Basically, the first video you see is what is Foosball Clubs? What is foosball, and why in schools? We really do bridge the gap there, and we don't leave anything to the imagination.
Mm-hmm.
We're very, we have proof as to why this is working, and real educators, superintendents, principals, teachers, students, parents, really painting a picture for the public and for other schools, districts, and interest as to why they should start a foosball club. So it's really easy. It starts with going to the website. You watch, a video or 4 on why and when and where and what and how and why. And once they figure all that out, they can book a call with me. It's a quick, easy 30-minute call to see if your youth organization, school, nonprofit, it could be a teen center, church, if they qualify. And we have a list, a waiting list, and of schools that have are interested, and we're holding specific spots for Title I schools. So
Mm.
if you are a private school, you may not be first in line. But we hold Title I schools, and for 40% reduced lunch or more, those schools get the first opportunity to start a club. And so you apply, you take the call, you learn more, and we get you signed up. We send your school equipment. You pick between, various brands that we offer. We right now we offer Tornado Leonhardt. I can get Garlandos, I can get Bonzini tables. But right now the premier choices are Tornado and Leonhardt. Once
Mm-hmm.
they pick between those two, uh, once the school's been approved, we take a call with them, and we look at space. What kind of space do they have? We leave nothing to the imagination. Like, this is we cover everything. And once we ship the tables. We set up a time. If we can, we try to get a volunteer in there to help installation. If not, we have our own installation videos we've built for each brand. We send them the link to the video, and starting in August, they'll have access to a teacher's portal, which will have step by step everything they need to do a foosball club without any intervention from any player, anyone who knows anything about
Wow.
foosball. We It's not really necessary that they're in the school.
Mm-hmm.
So it's essentially foosball club and culture. Just add water, and it just takes the interest, and that's how it starts.
That's great. By the way,
Just add balls, you're in.
yeah, right,
Yeah.
and you're good to go. Now, one of the things I noticed about that video that's on the foosballclubsusa.com site, it's the one with the superintendents and the principals and people talking about what's happening within their school. I love that testimonial, by the way. That is just really well done. But one of my favorite parts of the video is this youngster is at the table. He's playing, and he has to be reminded, "Hey, man, it's lunch. You got to eat." And he's like, "Oh, I gotta eat. Oh man," he doesn't want to get away from the table. He doesn't want to go eat. And I thought that's a great clip for illustrating how passionate kids get in a very short period of time about playing foosball and forgetting to
Yeah.
eat.
It it's essentially proof that our program is working. The kids are so engaged, you have to remind them to eat lunch. That's proof if I've
It's a
ever
win.
seen it.
Yeah, yeah, good stuff. By the way, who edited that video for you?
Yeah, so Noah Rosenstein did
Mm,
all the editing for our Foosball Effects series. Shout
wow.
out Noah. Thanks for all the hard work, man.
Yes.
He gave us a discount on the price of that. People, they have to pay their bills, but he gave us a great price because we're a nonprofit, and that's essentially um, it's a series of videos that I think is really going to change foosball. It's going to
Yeah.
change the
That's awesome.
perception,
Yeah.
more importantly, of foosball from an outside perspective.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know anything about the sport. How do we have that good first impression, and really represent foosball not only as a sport, but as a social tool that can really inspire and create change? And that's what we're doing, foosball
That's
clubs.
awesome.
Man, this is
Wow.
this is so exciting, so inspiring. Um,
No kidding.
so Jim, you and I being the elder statesmen here in this group, just saying, I'm wondering, if you were to talk to someone like a Michael Stahl or someone of that generation, what would you do to help them achieve their goals? Because you've done that in business. What would be your first piece of advice to achieve a goal like this? What would you say?
Well, first of all, giving advice to somebody that is along the way,
Mm-hmm.
like I would consider Mike and people of his generation, like it's incremental, right? Like we have wisdom, but they're already like doing some good things.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be like that, like somehow or another I have some kind of magic formula. Like these guys and gals, they're doing some good work. And like patience is, I think, one of the things that we can
Yes.
provide wisdom about. Like it's going to take time to build this program.
Mm.
And just like the guy who built the Statue of Liberty,
There you go.
it took 20 years from the vision to see it to come to fruition. I'm not saying like this program's going to take that long, but to get foosball back to maybe where it's a top 10 sport in the United States might take 20 years.
Sure.
So, it's a patient process, and it's like a ratchet. It only turns one way. You just keep on going, and one step at a time.
Love it. Love it. Yeah.
I gotta say, just really quick, Jim is one of the most humble dudes I've ever met in my life. Uh, Coming from a background, this dude's come from nothing, and he's created a really great life, really successful business, and he's sharp. I actually had to keep up with him in New York. Like we were, I had worked all day, and he's like, oh, hey, like I finally surfaced from my like office space, and he's like, oh, hey, let's go play some foosball. Then we finished, and we'd walk around, we'd do something, and he's like, hey, let's go do this. Like he's just like, this guy is always going, and I'm just impressed. Like, he doesn't quit. And another thing too is he's gritty as all get out. If there's one pathway that we take and we look at maybe trying to accomplish a goal, he's got like 5 different attacks or different perspectives on how we can do it. And he's running different options off. It's like a playbook. He's running different options to try to get to the goal.
Wow.
And I think just super impressed, and I'm just so confident in the team that's leading the United States Table Soccer Organization, our player federation, because he's the captain on it. He's steering the ship. And I'm just really excited to see, sorry to kind of tilt the scale here and hit a different angle, but I'm just really excited to see where that organization goes, and I know it's gonna be really good for foosball.
I'm not trying to take anything away from you, Michael, of what you just said about Jim. I think those are all awesome things, but you just defined a New Yorker.
Yeah.
Just saying, that was the definition of a New Yorker.
I'll walk in here.
Yeah.
So I'm not wrong. You guys are laughing because it's true.
This guy is full of tact, and he's a smooth operator. We hit some turbulence. Even I got a little frustrated, and I look over, and this dude's not even sweating. Like he's just really calculated, calm. He doesn't get frazzled. I'm really glad he's one of the guys on our board and running the player federation. I think we're in good hands.
Well,
awesome.
When they were coming up with that marketing campaign for that deodorant, never let him see a sweat.
That's right.
That's Jim right there.
He's the captain, man.
Yeah.
He's the boss.
This is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can tell
Also,
that his face is now as red as his shirt, by the way, even though you can't see
it. It really
this.
is.
Yeah.
It has changed a totally different color.
Good. I'm glad. Mine is too, by the way. Mine is also red.
All of a sudden, you guys have gotten like a tan going on. Like you've been out in the sun for too long. You got that sunburn.
Yeah, man. Some of our McDonald's events, they were outside in the sun. We had a heat wave.
Were they?
So yeah, we definitely caught. I looked like a cherry tomato, man, after that. But yeah, another thing that was impressive too is playing singles against this guy. Of course, we're setting up tables inside McDonald's locations. I will forever walk into McDonald's, any McDonald's that I go to. I will forever have a mind to think like, how many foosball tables can I fit in here? Like, I think that was the funnest part, is like going to different McDonald's locations, 8 different ones, and finding a way with the minimal space that we had to set up 2 T3000s, all of our event banners, and all the aesthetics and cosmetics, and just trying to figure out, like,
Mike, how welcoming were they? I mean,
incredible
franchisees, the owners. I mean, amazing.
I've got business contacts with every franchisee owner. And these are wildly successful people that not only own one or two, but some of them own like a dozen different store fronts.
Whoa.
And just do an incredible job. They treat their employees I mean, McDonald's does a great job.
Mm-hmm.
They've got great programming for students that also work there, that go to school. It's just impressive. I mean, just the way we were treated, just incredible.
The places are clean, the food's good. I mean, we were eating it almost all the time when we were there.
Of course.
Yeah, the service, just the way it was top shelf.
That's awesome.
That's great,
Yeah.
man.
The
Yeah.
the execution of the setup was really great. Like we had a guy named Nick, and a guy named Tom that came out, and they set up the tables at every location. And I
Oh.
think at the beginning doing this, they didn't realize these tables were super heavy.
Oh.
Uh, it was communicated, but I think once you have the tables in front of you and you're moving them, you don't really realize how heavy and how much work it is. And they had a new respect for foosball promoters, and those guys were
Yes.
absolute class acts. They did an incredible job.
Yeah, let me give a shout out. Their company's called Look Design Studios.
And they're
Nice.
based out of New York and they
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they do all those banners and promotional materials and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
Good guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were so kind. Normally they throw the event stuff away because they can't risk anyone using them for different things that they can't
Mm.
control. But I asked them to actually donate all of the like the banners, the pop-ups, and the different things. And I had Jim, myself, Brandon, Isabel, Carlos, the people who ran the event, Andy. I had us all sign a couple of these banners, and
Oh.
given permission from Ryan with World Foosball Tour. I'd like to take them to Worlds and maybe auction them off. I mean, these are one of a kind,
Great idea.
really great memorabilia that anyone could pick up. And so, I mean, they were class acts. They gave us. They
That's
didn't
so
have
cool.
to, but they gave it to us.
That's a great
It's awesome.
fundraising idea for
That's
sure.
fantastic. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really good.
Wow. And you think about this is historic, right? So 5, 10 years down the line, after this first year, this first big event with McDonald's, this is going to be collectible in a very short period of time because it's the only one so far. The first year with the existing group and of course with some of those signatures, 5 to 10 years, man. Yeah, it's going to be a hot commodity for sure.
I was really happy with how everything went. I really don't think it could have gone better. I want to give a shout out to Aaron Groff for coming out. He flew out to New York and helped us with the last few qualifiers and the finals. Aaron is bilingual, and so
Yep.
it was really important to have that. And just the entire team just showed up and just did a great job. We had another videographer that came out. His name was Jordan. He did an incredible job. Yeah, I mean, it's just you couldn't have asked for a better team at a better time or a better promotion.
Can we speculate and fantasize a little bit here? I mean, clean, but can we fantasize a little bit about the future? Here's a speculation on my part. 5 years down the line, McDonald's, Foosball Clubs USA, World Foosball Tour band together and do a national junior championship.
Yeah, so I think there's definitely some meat on the bone to make something like that happen. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be as bold to say that we would be willing to and hopefully have the funding to actually pay for the entire college tuition of some high school students.
Ooh.
I think this could be possible.
Yeah,
That would be amazing.
that would be something else. And then you would probably see, well, the opportunity to get some national exposure. Of course, the rumors are flying, and I know it's just a rumor, but the rumors are flying about ESPN Ocho doing some filming
Yeah.
at the World
Ryan.
Championships for Ryan Moore, and wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, I mean, Ryan is doing a great job. It's impressive. Big Bro is really doing some great work
Mm-hmm.
out there and getting us. I mean, he's going to have us our next big sponsor for the tour. I mean, he's done so great just really putting everything together. I'm
Yes.
so happy to be a pro player right now. To be someone who is touring and playing these tournaments.
Yeah.
It's a great time to be a
Yeah.
player.
Yeah. No question. So I'm curious where do you see Foosball Clubs USA? Where do you see this organization in 5 years?
You know, I think that our objective right now is to work with, the USTSO
Mm-hmm.
on a lot of really fun things to come. I think Jim is a great leader. I'm excited to be working with him. I think as we grow, the USTSO will grow tremendously, and as they grow, we will grow as well. And I think if you're a supporter of Foosball Clubs USA, you have to be a supporter of the USTSO, um, as well as the World Foosball Tour. I mean, in 5 years, I think we could be 500 foosball clubs,
Ooh,
250 to 500 foosball clubs. 250 at least is my goal
wow.
inside of 5 years. With this being the first year under our belt and that resetting, come really January, I guess August is when it would reset. This is our first year. We've signed 37 foosball clubs. We've got 13 more we'll do by August 15th
Huh.
to hit
Wow.
the 50 foosball clubs in 1 year goal, which is just a tremendous amount of work setting up with each school, each club, and just ensuring that they have the training. And sometimes you get lucky and you have a foosball person in the community that starts a club, and it's a little bit less less work there because they already understand the culture, but certainly still some work to be done with those locations as well. But yeah, I think we could grow. We could do we could do really well. I mean, we could support these students as they navigate towards college,
Mm-hmm.
and really give them an opportunity to be successful and really have foosball available in their life from middle school all the way up to college and beyond. I think that we would be successful if we were able to establish that.
Wow.
Can you imagine a college or a scholastic college or what do they call it? Collegiate teams?
Collegiate foosball,
Yeah.
it's something that our founder, John O'Brien, was very passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something that we have a plan for. Ryan talks about his 5 year plan, and he has things he's kicking off in certain years. We do too. And we plan on collegiate foosball being a big part of our 2.5 to 3 year goal, really kicking off some collegiate foosball clubs. And we've already got a few already. I mean, Duluth, Minnesota, we've got a foosball club. University of Duluth, we've got one in Ohio. There's various college clubs that have already started that didn't know
Mm.
foosball was a sport, and they're reaching out to us.
Wow.
There's certainly a ton of opportunity in the collegiate space.
Wow.
In retrospect, graduating way back in the 1970s, man, dang it, I wish there was some kind of collegiate or some sort of scholastic team I could have been on because that would have been there in a second, in a heartbeat. Just thinking about those days. But, and we didn't know there was competition either. We had no idea back in those days. But I can see that it'd be such a perfect fit, college versus college and town versus town, this kind of thing. Definitely.
If I 100% agree with you, Tom. If I could just say really quick, one thing that I want to mention, you talked about a 5 year plan. You all should know as supporters of Foosball Clubs USA that, the resources and everything that we're building is for the United States, and that we're going to be putting the US on the map. All of the funding and money that you donate to foosball clubs goes into youth programming in the States, to mitigate, truancy and to
mm,
reduce screen time and to really empower these kids to have healthy lives, healthy social lives with an activity that can really make a difference as they grow. But we're taking it a step further. You know, we're sharing all of our proprietary assets that we build, the series, the curriculum, all of it with Canada, with other countries.
mm-hmm.
I've been talking to the Mexican Federation. I really think there's a space to offer these to different countries to grow foosball internationally.
Wow.
Obviously, that's out of our scope, but we're willing to give them, the assets and essentially the toolkit. It's like you buy something from IKEA, You get the box and the directions. We're going to give them everything they need to do Foosball Clubs Canada, Foosball Clubs Mexico. And so we're doing it, man. I mean, we're going to grow the sport not only in the US, but we're going to show everyone else what it's done, and they're going to do it too. And I just really think this is the best way to grow foosball in any space, in any country.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm really excited. Canada has been doing an incredible job. Toronto Foosball Club, if you guys have been following,
Oh yeah.
TFC, they've just been doing some terrific things within their adult club. And they're going to be navigating into youth programming. They already have. And as they do that, they're going to be growing foosball in Canada. And they're going to have the same foosball series, the Foosball Effect. We're also creating a donor series too, so that just like a student or a teacher uh, has the ability to navigate an online experience with 90 days worth of content that they can consume and use along with a 12-week curriculum.
Mm.
There's going to be a donor series where if you sign up to be a donor and you donate X amount, then you're in this tier. And if you donate X amount, you're in this tier. And if you really want to go big, you can get into this tier and you can see really exactly how your money is creating impact
Hmm.
in these programs where we will on a quarterly basis and monthly we would update the site as a donor. You're on there on the dashboard. You'll see exactly where your money is going and exactly how we're using it. Like it's all going to be public information, high level of transparency, and we're doing the most that we can to get there. And very soon it's going to be kicked off. We're excited.
Wow.
Man, this is
Yeah.
for foosball. This is such great news, and it just keeps coming. That's congratulations, guys, on the hard work you've both put into this whole series. There are rumors though about being in New York that you got a chance to hang out with the mayor of New York City. Is that true?
Those are not rumors.
No.
Yeah, Memdani. We were told that it may not happen. We may not meet him. That we were invited to this party at Gracie Mansion, but that we may not meet him. And so it was just really like off and on about exactly the details on this. I mean, a high up government official, the most famous mayor in the world, we're talking about. And so we were invited to the mansion for this. It was like it was like a kind of like a party celebrating the World Cup and all the activities. We were
Yeah.
invited on the 16th of July, which was a Thursday. And we show up and then, we're told, hey, he's going to be here. And so I had a team there, a small team and some, Jim was there. And we met the mayor. I mean, I sat there and I talked to him, shook his hand, thanked him for the work he's doing.
Wow.
And it was just really cool to meet, to meet him. And he's a super nice guy. I gave him my card and said we'd love to do foosball clubs all throughout New York City.
Yes.
And it'd be really cool for him to help us. We'd love to do some work with him. And he thanked us for the work we do. And he met some of the kids that were there. We actually had some of the kids who qualified for the finals, which took place the next day. They showed up with their medals around their necks, these sweet medals that the ITSF donated to us.
Yeah.
That again, Jim being a strategic partner in all of this, just the key things that we had that Jim really executed on, man, just made this event truly special. Having those medals from the ITSF, thank you for Reed, for making that happen too. I mean, it was just really special, and we got it all on camera too. I mean, I got footage of me talking to Memdani, and that's going to go into, well, I won't spill the tea, but we're going to have another series that's going to come out. It's going to be a series for donors.
The kids' faces, they were so happy, to be in that atmosphere with meeting the mayor and the parents, and it was just amazing. He gave such a nice speech, thanking the workers that worked on the World Cup. Because all the service workers were there, people that do deliveries, people that clean, you name it. Like the people that run the city were the people he was thanking in that party.
Wow.
No press, by the way.
Huh.
No press were allowed in that party.
No need.
So it wasn't like a grandstanding type of moment. It was something.
Good for him, man.
It was very private.
yeah.
Yeah, it was very private, and I think youth programming done the right way really does transcend any kind of um, political opinion, whether you're left or right or
Yeah, yeah.
midfield, whatever you are.
No need for
I,
that.
I think a really good effort for these kids really does transcend any of that, any political or religious opinion. And so, we were just so elated to meet Mamdani and to be a part of this event
That's
with the
awesome,
people
man.
that were
Awesome.
there. It
Wow.
was
Wow.
truly special.
Yeah, well, I can't wait to see what happens next time. Now you're going to do it the same time of the year next year.
We'll see. It's a budget thing, and they were really. I can tell you the franchisee owners of each McDonald's, they were very happy with how we executed the event.
Okay.
And several of them were very adamant about, let me get your information. We'd love to do this again. More than half of them were very adamant about having all of my details to get a hold of us again.
Awesome.
And
That's
so,
Man.
like 6 or 7 of them were really excited about doing it again. And the other ones that I didn't hear from told the marketing ad agency that they were really happy with the event and that they wanted to have us back. So, we'll see.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Hopeful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fingers
that's
crossed, man.
phenomenal.
And to any other business owner out there, any other, corporation listening to this, anyone who represents a brand, if you want to run a youth series for kids and do something similar, we can make it happen. I've got packages available. Just get a hold of me. Obviously, we can't do this for free. We need to find ways to, fundraise some funds for our youth programming, and it costs money to create impact, for kids and for the work we're doing. And so we'll have packages available if you want to do something similar. Just contact us.
Oh wow. Okay. I've heard enough from Michael for a minute. Jim, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, man. I can't help it. I got to ask a question for this guy. So, Foosball, you're on the board for Foosball Clubs USA, correct?
Yes.
Is all of the money that you guys bring in donations? Is there anything else that allows for you guys to gain the funds that you need to do these projects?
Well, even though I'm on the board, I'm a new member, and I'm not really.
You don't know anything.
I don't know the details of that. I know most of the stuff is donations, but
Really?
Mike can speak more about raising funds.
Okay, fair enough. I was trying to get you.
Yeah. Sorry, Chase. Sorry
Back to you.
I know, right? Bummer.
I was just teasing. I just wanted to get him involved.
Leave it to the guy that knows the most about the organization.
Weird. I don't know why you would know that stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so a large chunk of our the funds coming in to really fuel the mission, they do come from grants currently.
Grants. Okay.
So family foundations, different government grants we apply for. There's Walmart grants available, like Dick's Sporting Goods has grants. Like we're applying for grants like crazy.
Okay.
But a chunk of what we bring in to again fuel the mission does come from individual donations. We can do a little bit off of fundraising events here and there and stuff like that. So it really depends. I mean,
Sure.
being a nonprofit organization, 100% of what you bring in has to go into the mission, right? Like there's very stringent guidelines that you have to follow, and we're very careful as an organization to do things the right way. And so
That's awesome.
we will post a statement on our website coming soon with the new school year. We'll post all of our financials for people to see, high level of transparency on where the funds go. And so we'll be sure to update everyone when that does happen. And I'd like to pick up the podcast again. I did one episode in late February, our podcast.
Just for kicks.
Also, don't forget the Great Lakes Classic. That's a fundraiser.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's another announcement we're making right now live on the pod.
There you go.
The
Open the
USTSO. the USTSO, the United States Table Soccer Organization, our player federation has decided to pick up the Great Lakes Classic. It is a regional foosball event in Michigan that
Mhm.
is a fundraiser for Foosball Clubs USA. So this is now, for the first time ever, an official USTSO ran event where I'm going to be a strategic partner in it from the Foosball Club's perspective inside, where
Wow.
we're going to run a really great event. We've got the tournament is moving to Grand Rapids, Michigan, and it is
Mhm.
October
Mhm.
15th through the 18th at the Doubletree Hotel in Grand Rapids, Michigan, very close to an actual airport that, we we this is a better location. It's a great hotel for foosball. You get a really good rate, under $100 for a room,
Wow.
and it's going to be great. We're actually going to be about 20 minutes from one of our biggest hubs of youth foosball in the state. And so I'm going to say it right now, 50 to 100 kids from our program will be at this event. And so if you want to
Really?
see,
Okay.
I'm telling you right now, I really think we could hit at least 50 kids. Last year we had just shy of 30,
And it was
and
good. It was real
really
good.
believe with the growth in Michigan that we're seeing, that we'll see at least 50
Wow.
kids.
Wow.
And if you went to this event, and Tom, you've gone to this event the last couple years,
5
several
years.
years. The
5
last 5 years we've
5
ran,
years.
every year we've done this. You've been here, I think,
Mhm.
but the first year, and or maybe you did go the first year.
Mhm. I was there. Yep.
You did.
Yeah,
You've
this
been there every year you've done this.
when it was
And
Michigan State.
tell me right now, Tom, what was it like seeing like literally a room full of kids playing foosball?
It was astonishing because, first of all, not only were the kids having fun, but the parents were just transfixed. They were just mesmerized by what their kids were up to, and they're all, the parents were filming and just watching, and you could tell just from the looks on their faces that they were so happy. The parents were so happy to have their kids there and to be there, and then talking to Kelton Gristle afterwards with his dad Kelly. Wow. I mean, both of
Great,
them were so pumped up. They were so pumped up about
really
being
great
there.
kid.
And Kelton, he such an adult, right? He's what, I think 12, 13, something like that. And I asked him, I said, "So Kelton, what's your goal in foosball?" "Well, to be a pro, of course." Like, duh. So,
Just watch the Road to Pro videos and you're there,
yeah, exactly. And
I
and
mean, you're not wrong.
and I got a chance to play against Kelton this year at nationals, and man, he has come a long way in a very short period of time. He's a fierce player, man. He's just real good. So just to see that happen at Great Lakes Classic was an absolute treat. I'm looking forward to it, man. 50 kids, that'll be something else.
We'll get more than 50.
Really? Wow.
We're going to be advertising this to every school come back to school. We've already got a campaign that we've
Mm,
strategized, and we'll be
okay.
contacting all the schools in Michigan, every school in the Midwest, every school in the program is going to hear about this event.
Yeah.
Last year we had a kid from North Carolina fly with his mom from one of our foosball clubs directly to the Great Lakes Classic in Lansing last year.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's incredible. I mean, this is going to be a really, really great event. And if you want to support the organization and you want to support the work that the USTSO is doing, which, by the way, is just wait, it's going to be really the things that we see from the USTSO is, I think we're really going to be happy with. And this event is just going to be one of them.
And
Wow.
what about the road to the World Cup? What about that? I'm just curious. Any details you could maybe hint about or reveal about what might be happening when it comes to heading to Europe to play the World Cup for the kids?
I'll
We don't know for the kids.
Yeah. You know.
First of all, we don't know if it's going to be Europe.
Oh. Oh, got it.
Yeah.
let's
Okay.
just say that.
All right. All right. Okay. Huh.
So
Speculation.
there is some discussions, some places in South America that are under consideration,
Okay.
but I'm sure ITSF will be making an announcement pretty soon because time's getting short.
Okay. Very, very cool. Wow.
Wow. Okay.
And you know, who knows? Maybe 2031 we do something in the U.S. where it's
See,
not impossible.
I've always wondered about that because it's always, Europe, it's always France, Spain, Germany. That's kind of the usual pattern. And I understand it's more expensive, certainly for players to skip to the U.S. But hey, it's not impossible. And well, anyway, we can speculate and we can talk about this for sure. Make it happen,
Wow.
damn it.
It'll take a community effort for sure.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm curious. What are you guys' plans for this year? Are you both going to be at Worlds?
I'm planning on being there. Yes.
Yeah, I definitely plan on being at Worlds. I've never missed a Worlds since 2012. I mean, I've sold 2 different vehicles to get to Worlds, 2 different years. I don't think this year I'll have to do it, but I've literally done the most to get to that tournament,
Yeah.
and
Wow.
it's the most special event that I think there is in foosball right now.
It's looking pretty good. I mean, I know the talk is 800 plus when it comes to the number of players that may show this year, although it could be even higher than that. Speculation, maybe just under 1,000. Wouldn't that be special?
That would be awesome.
Yeah. So,
And New Orleans
I
is a
think
great city.
oh boy, the best. Yeah, we're I know
Wow.
just planning on going. Of course, everybody that I know in this area that plays foosball is either talking about it or wish they could go. So it's we'll see a contingent from this area. Jason, I know you're going to be there, right? You're going to be doing some
Oh,
play-by-play.
absolutely.
Yeah.
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 So I'll be doing the commentary, and also playing. So
Yeah. Any chance?
maybe just a couple events. I don't think I'm gonna be playing too many.
No, I hear you. Any chance of getting one of these two jamokes in the booth to talk to you while you're doing your thing?
If they would like, I would love to have them. Totally fine with it. I won't be able to have you in for the major, like the open singles, open doubles final. Sorry, I'm not allowed to do that. Anything else? 100%.
Nice. Maybe during the junior division. Maybe when the juniors are playing.
Please.
That would
I
be
would
great
love that,
tonight.
man.
Yeah.
The junior. So it was me and Keith did the junior doubles final at
Mhm.
nationals. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yes.
that was one of my favorite events to commentate of the whole tournament.
Yeah.
The Grizzles went off. It's what they do.
Yep.
Those kids are getting dangerous. And is it Kelton? Is the older?
Kelton.
Is the boy?
Yeah, Kelton,
Kelton.
and Cora, I believe is his sister's name. Cora Gristle.
You give that kid like 2 years,
Yeah, right?
and he's gonna be beating all of us, and I'm not excited for that. So it's you've seen it so many times now with these young up and coming players. For the longest time, it was Blake Robertson. Now he's an established player.
Mhm.
Jacob Balkos now, who's one of them, who's just like these young guns that come up out of left field.
Yep.
And just start destroying people. That's the next one.
Yeah.
Like one of them for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Well, Jaden Loeris.
Unbelievable.
Jaden who
Yeah,
won the
obviously.
match. Yeah.
Jaden's crushing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
no doubt.
truly talented. But yeah, I think there's this fun speculation about who's going to be the next big name, and that's the fun part about this sport. It's like it's anybody's guess, really.
Oh, always. Because you never know when life's going to get in the way.
Yeah. If they stick with it, right? We always hear that same phrase. Hey, if this kid sticks with it,
If they stick with it.
yeah, they're 15, 16, 17. If they're still in, after college, hey, they're going to be unstoppable. And we've seen it a few times, not the least of which is Jacob Balkos, of course. But
Who just won open doubles at Mississippi State, by the way.
he did win that. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
Another.
Trying to stay in tune. Sorry.
I think the next one. I think the next one's Brady Wierowski.
Oh yes.
In fact, I don't think I know.
Yeah,
This kid is
Mhm.
deadly.
he won open mixed at nationals.
Yeah.
period.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Super proud of him. Super
Yeah.
proud of that. Proud of that young man.
Hey, Mike, you do me a favor? You think maybe pull some strings with this kid Brady and get him on the show? I mean, come on. He avoids
Yeah,
me.
yeah, I'll hit him up. He's Brady and Mike are two very near and dear friends of mine,
Yes.
and yeah, I'll see what I can do.
So you want me to call his dad? I'll just get him grounded if he doesn't do it.
I get it
That's why
though.
I was pretending to be you, Mike, just to be clear.
I think he would do it. I really do. He's a super down to earth young man, and I think he'd be down. We got the right weekend.
Good. Good. I would love to have that opportunity because he is in that position right now of still hungry, still wanting it, still climbing the ladder and knocking on the door. He really is. He's right there. Love to talk to youngsters at that point. Another thing though that I just thought of. Now you guys, I think Michael, you might have mentioned Foos app. And of course,
Oh yeah.
Jim knows all about FoosApp because he's kind of responsible for it, along with Sean Lindsay. First of all, what do you think of the app?
Yeah.
It's phenomenal, man.
Yeah.
It's really intuitive,
Mm-hmm.
and there's like so many like bells and whistles on that thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of different things that you would like to see in an app, all like together on one platform.
Yeah.
And I just think that the vision, the long-term vision of it is really sustainable. I think it's really thoughtful.
Yep.
I think that's if there was one word, it would be just really thoughtful.
Yeah, the reason I got involved with the app, basically, I helped fund its design. Sean Lindsay is the designer behind it,
Mm-hmm.
the architect, if you will. And among the things we've heard in Foosball, and we've all heard these things, is we don't have a major sponsor, which we talked about.
Right.
We need to grow the sport with new people, which we talked about. And it's hard to do some of those things because we've been so fragmented.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted this USTSO app to be a way for the community to be together,
Tied together.
a way to measure, how big we are, so that we'd have data that we could share with potential sponsors,
Mm-hmm.
and also give potential clubs a way that they can engage with their members.
Yes.
So it's a free app. You could go to on the Apple Store, it's foos-app.com to find it.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could go to the website, foos-app.com, and download it from there. Also on Android. And right now, it took some time, but we have all of the different tournament, like Monster, Swiss, DYP, BYP.
All the formats.
So many edge cases. What happens if somebody drops out? What if somebody new comes in? Like it covers all the bases.
Yes.
So, and it makes it very easy for an admin or a promoter to run a tournament from the app. You could use your computer and or the app from your phone, and they work simultaneously together.
And I would be remiss in reminding those who are looking into the Foos app to check out Fantasy Foosball, which is a part
That's
of the
a lot
app.
of fun.
It is a lot of fun. Now, Sean talked me into agreeing to be on quote unquote the commissioner of Fantasy Foosball, and I have the first clue as to what I'm doing, but nonetheless. I've been trying it. I've been playing the Fantasy Foosball, and it's a blast. It's really. I think Jim, actually, in the last round of Fantasy Foosball, I think you edged me out. I think in the very end. And
was this the first one or the one that's going on now?
No, that was.
I think they're doing one for.
This is for the Nationals, I think.
Right. Yeah. I
Yeah.
did. I got third place on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So basically, it's pretty simple. You pick 4 players and you have a budget. You know, it's just like football or anything else.
yep.
And then there's some kind of point system that you guys are coming up with, and you know, it's just for fun. It's just another way to engage the community.
Yeah, we can choose Michael Stahl, and we can choose Chase Pennell to be on our teams if we want. You know,
For sure.
that's and hey, you know,
Ugh,
they're expensive. These guys, they're not cheap. But
Yeah, I'm like
We're
$1.
budget players. You know, if you're running out of money and you need somebody, you know.
yeah, it's a great bet. Great
Don't
bet.
pick me in singles.
And it's free. There's no money involved. It's about just bragging rights, basically. That's what it comes
Exactly.
down to. So,
Which is always the most fun.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of little fun features in the app. Like there's this thing like find a partner, right?
Yep.
And it's set up like a dating app where you could swipe left and swipe right. And it's not really like about finding a partner. It's just like a fun thing to do, like who would you like to play with type
Sure.
of thing. And then so, you know, somebody will get a notification that says, "Oh yeah, so and so would like to play with you," and you know,
He likes you.
you know, stuff like that is on the app, and
I like your pull shot.
videos of come into the app. Yeah, right. I like your pull shot.
Your snake is in my
There's-
dreams.
Referee tool, flip a coin. There's a lot of little stuff. You just gotta, you know, get into it and play around with. There's social media component. You can post things, you can share, you can like, just like kind of an Instagram type of thing. That's on the main page.
That's great. That's good stuff. Well, congratulations on that, by the way, for getting it going, and of course, Sean for working so hard. He's one of those guys. When I met him for the first time in Dallas, I noticed every time he wasn't talking to somebody, he was on his laptop, typing away, working away, just doing his thing.
He is a hardworking guy. I mean, I'm going to put him in the same conversation, you know, that I spoke earlier about Mike and Carlos. Like, these guys, you know, they have their heart in it, and they're working hard. You know, there's a good path forward for foosball.
Oh yeah. Innovation, making it more fun, make it more accessible. You know, that's what I see with a thing like the Foos app. It's just more accessible. It's easier. It's like for the casual, you know, player. It's just much more accessible. So
Yeah. So to get into the tournament capabilities of the app, once you run a DYP on it, all the players listed are going to be, they're going to be there. So when the next week, you could just tap on those players and it loads them automatically into your tournament.
yeah.
And, you know, it's very intuitive.
I notice also there's a function wherein if you are a player and you show up and you have your app open, you just say, "I'm here," and it puts you in automatically. Kind of a
That's right.
yeah, that's cool.
And also there's geolocation. So if you walk into the room, the administrator will know you're there.
There you go.
Oh wow,
There you go.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
So the future is bright. It's so bright I gotta wear sunglasses. You know what I mean?
I wear sunglasses at night.
Jim was saying that out in New York.
Oh yeah.
The city that never sleeps.
Yeah, that's isn't it interesting sometimes in Manhattan, you know, at night. And my brother used to live in the Village, and I'd go visit, and he had I think it might have been all of 400 square feet, 5th floor, walk up, bars in the windows because they would rappel down the side of the building to break into his apartment. And but it was maybe 3 rooms, including the kitchen.
Wow.
And I'm laying there at night and got the window open in this little corner of the apartment, and all night, like 3 a.m, I can hear gunshots. I'm like, it's not a good thing, but that was a long time ago.
It's funny you mention that, because that's one of the things that when we were driving to all of these locations, New York has changed.
Yes.
Like there's hardly any bad neighborhoods. Like
Yes.
I was in the Bronx, I felt perfectly safe.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice city.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
generally speaking, I'm not saying there's no neighborhoods that are still a little bit rough or edgy, but generally speaking,
Mm.
it's a pretty good place to be.
Oh, it's so much better. I mean, that was back in 1990 when my brother lived there, and it was a hard time, a very very hard city in those days. But yeah, it's come a long way, and it's probably one of the safer cities on the planet now. Times Square. Think about what it was like, Jim. Think about what it was like back in the '70s to walk through Times Square. I mean,
Right, like Taxi Driver.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, today there's
now
not a
it's like Disneyland.
yeah, there's not a peep show in
Mhm.
sight. So go figure. But yeah, it was a whole lot of a different kind of vibe back in the day, for sure.
Yep, sure.
Well, guys, first of all, this has been a blast. I got to say, it just uh, I very seldom do I feel as upbeat about the end of a show.
Yeah, this
Just
one was
saying.
one of my
That's good.
favorites for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. This is really, really great. And Jim, for what you're doing with USTSO and how you're just hands on, dude, and you're really diving in. We're so grateful for your effort. And what do I got to say about Michael Stahl? Jeez, I mean, I don't know,
You're making the
Superstar.
rest of us look bad, bro.
I know. Come on, chill, dude.
You
No,
know,
man.
I'll just my part of it by saying like thank you for the accolades, but it's going to take the entire foosball community to take us where we want to go.
Yes.
You
Yep.
know, just going back to the Statue of Liberty, that was a team effort.
Mm-hmm.
There were thousands of people involved, the fundraising and everything else. And we're going to need everybody to lift this thing up.
Oh yeah. No question about it.
Absolutely.
Chase,
I love that analogy.
yeah, Chase, unload, man. What do you got? What else do you want to ask these guys before we cut them, get them back to their real life?
I have like 1,000, but I don't want to be here until 4 in the morning. So, and I'm already tired because I'm an old man at this point for me.
Oh,
Um, hey, you guys rock it out. My 3 kids wear me out. But I guess I have one last question that I'm going to ask, and it's in part for Foos Clubs USA, just because I'm so interested in it. I want to get my kids' schools involved somehow.
Mhm.
I'm dying for it. I recently even, and this is the reason I'm going to ask this question in a second. I donated not a tornado, but a foosball table to my church, so the kids had something to play on. They had some really crappy ones that they couldn't even play on. So I got one that they could play on. Gave them some good golf balls. They all play all the time, and I really want to see it in my schools. Is it only donations of a monetary value, or is it people can they have an old foosball table they don't want anymore? Can they donate that as well?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a really great question, Chase. So, we get foosball tables at a really good price that the public
Sure.
typically doesn't get. And so I always recommend, getting some new equipment in there. But if it's a good table, if it's a name brand table, especially like an old school, like brown marble, which in my opinion, will be better than what we're playing on now. Um, you know, to be honest with you, it could be a donation. Yeah, absolutely. Our program's very intuitive. We will provide this, everything that we have, our curriculum, teachers portal, volunteer portal, everything, the experience, the online experience for free. Like we don't charge for it. So if you have, a youth center that already has foosball, uh, set them up. Like send them to our website. They can book a call with me, and we'll get them on the roster. We currently have over 80 youth foosball programs that we've started in the U.S. And this year we've signed 37 onto our roster.
wow.
All of those schools we've funded tables for, and so um, we're gonna do 13 more. So if you guys know of any schools, just send the principal. Really the dean of students is the best one to talk to, I found, because the principal's so darn busy,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really great to get these programs kind of at least talked about during the summer, when even the end of the school year, when they're talking about, okay, what are we doing for next year, like what's the programming looking like for our students the next school year. So it's really good to get it going then. So right now is the best time. Send them our website link and tell them they can book a call. It's all free. We donate thousands of, really like $8,000 to $12,000 worth of equipment, rod guards, 2 brand new tables. Like, it's all available to these places as long as they qualify for the donation. And so they take that quick call with me, and they'll have an answer. And literally the same day, we'll order the tables.
Oh wow! All right, one last interest. Like this is again, I'm so curious. Is what are you finding it to be more middle schools, elementary schools, high schools? What that are like
Yeah.
getting the
So
tables? Where's
I,
the arrow being pointed at?
yeah, I love this question. I wish more people asked me this question. So typically, really the stickiness that we need for foosball to survive happens more in middle school. Like, our middle schools
Yeah.
have a high level of engagement in foosball. Perfect case study um, would be Charlotte Public Schools in Charlotte, Michigan, where I'm from. I've got the middle school started on foosball. I've also got the high school started on foosball. They started around the same time. I've got over 400 kids every week in grades 4 through 8 playing foosball in one school.
Whoa.
Now, granted, we have 8 foosball tables in that location. I've got 8 Leonhardt tables set up on,
Wow.
obviously, free play. They're whole model tables. And just a high level saturation happening right now in the middle school. But in the high school, I've got 2 tables, and we're lucky to get 20 students every week.
Huh.
So
Wow.
and if I put 8 foosball tables in the high school, I don't think we'd get 400. I don't. And it's
Yeah.
because these kids and the younger kids are less scared to try something new. They don't really care what they look like. And I think high school kids sometimes, they want to look cool and sometimes don't want to try something new. And I really think that the system we're building is super intuitive, and we're getting a lot of middle schools involved. And by the time those kids graduate to high school, they're already going to know that they love foosball.
Yeah.
And so
I think it's
that's where
more
that
puberty though that they're not playing in high school.
I disagree. I think
It's a joke.
well, they get
Come on,
older
man.
and they change. Well, listen, man, when they get older, going through puberty, you could argue they might be in different situations where they don't, like, kids. High school students want to look cool. That's just what it is, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Also, there's
pu-
different priorities. They have different, they have a lot of directions they're being pulled in.
yeah,
So many
I
decisions.
started in high school. That's when I started playing. I was 16 years old. My dad came home with a tornado foosball table, put it in the basement, and it was me and my best friend versus him and his best friend. That's how I started playing. Like, literally got my dad was blocking my pull shot with one hand, just with the goalie guy. And he tells everybody he ever meets now that that's how he beat me all the time, so he loves it. But I got so mad that I wanted to keep playing, and I had to learn how to beat him. So
There you go.
I hope that those kids can find that and keep, moving that forward personally. Like, I hope that that middle school group continues into high school for you and starts to grow that high school as well, because that would be awesome.
Chase, I thanks, man. I think it's going to happen. I also think that given the right circumstances in high school, even right now, I think it would be very popular. It just takes a different approach. Like, we need
100%.
to, and that's what I've learned with foosball clubs this first year, is like the programming that we provide for middle school students should look different than the programming that we're providing for high school students. There should be different incentives and different takes and perspectives on how we approach the program. And that's what this is all about, is like having our first year under our belt, learning so much, and then just really following the data. And that's what we've been doing.
That's a great point.
Yep. Keep
I would
the
ask
numbers.
them, like, start asking the high school kids, like, what's up?
I already know I already know the secret. I already
Oh,
know the secret. And this will maybe the last thing I'll say
feed me.
is middle school students will do anything for free. They'll try something new. Because they love the experience and the social dynamic within there's really not cliques, and it's just
Yeah.
a different dynamic socially. So
That's
they're
it.
willing to try. Yeah. when I was in middle school, I was friends with everyone. When I got to high
Yep.
school, I had a smaller, different group of friends because that's just how it is. And I think for high school students to really motivate them, we have to have a system, a reward system.
Yes.
Like I really do. And I think
Recognition.
team sports should be a prominent focal point for high school foosball, creating
Mhm.
teams. And I think that's when high school is really going to blow up. You're going to have scholastic foosball teams, and they'll travel just
Yeah.
like in tennis, just like in baseball and soccer and basketball, but you'll have it in foosball. And I think once it catches up, we have the right funding, and we're able to push those resources and really activate them in the high schools. That's when you're going to see the bang for your buck.
I love it.
Very cool.
That's exactly right. Because I only wanted to play with my best friend in high school. Like, that was it.
Yeah.
100%. Like, I got to college and I found a bar I could sneak into with him. They'd let me in the back door. They'd let me play foosball all night long. And it was me and him versus whoever showed up. And that's the only person I wanted to play with. I didn't want to play with anyone else in the world. I just wanted to play with my dude, Kurt. And that's what was so much fun to me. So I think you hit the nail on the head.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it, man. And the more resources we pull in, the more folks we can bring onto the team, and the faster we can accomplish our goals. And I'm just really grateful for the support we've had.
And I'd like to add, talking about resources. We talked about FoosApp, we talked about the school program.
Mm-hmm.
All of this wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for what tornadoes brought to the, I don't want to say no pun intended, but
Oh no.
the table.
Yeah.
Like the tables that they're providing at a discount for the program to build the clubs, and what they did for the McDonald's promotion were amazing and are amazing. And they're such a great partner for us.
Good.
That's awesome.
That's
Amen.
good news. It seems that Stephen Murray, shout out to Stephen, dude, you rock.
Yep.
But that was the best move they could have made. Tornado bringing Stephen back into the fold to really get to kickstart this thing. And man, that's awesome news, by the way, Jim. That they're so supportive.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow. Like I say, the future's bright. But I gotta say, we're probably all going to be, kicking around the World Championships coming up in New Orleans. Maybe we should sit down again, just like this. I don't know. Just saying. I know we're going
I would love
to.
that.
Just a little bit. Just
Yeah. But I'll come prepared. I'll have all the extra microphones we need. So that'll be a way to go for sure. But meanwhile, closing comments, Jim?
Yeah, I think I've said it all.
Okay.
I have nothing else to add.
Ooh, a man of few words. Michael, what say you?
God is good, brother. Just really great to be here. Really grateful to be here and to be doing this work, and really happy that so many of you have trusted me to do the work with our team and with our partners. Just really happy to be doing the work.
There you go. Wow. Well, thank you to both of you being here. Chase, parting thoughts.
donate to Foos Clubs USA.
Done. Yes.
Make it happen.
Yes. Foosballclubsusa.com. Go there and pull the trigger. Just go ahead. It is
$20
Yep.
goes a long way. He said it himself.
What's $20? What is it? What does it get you, like halfway to work for gas? I don't know. Something like that.
Barely get you a cheeseburger.
Yeah. So you can spare it. I know you can. So do it now. Foosballclubsusa.com and make it happen. Make this thing happen. Wow. Let's do it again soon, guys.
Thank you.
Please.
Good night, you guys.
Yeah. So Jim Provost and Michael Stahl joining us for episode number 307 of FoosTalk Live. Stick around now. Coming your way next, it's FoosTalk Live Tournament Beat. Thanks for tuning in.
Time now for the FoosTalk Live Tournament Beat, brought to you in part by FoosGadgets.com, using technology to create a better foosball experience, and by Boise Foosworks, high-fidelity refurbished foosballs. Professional foosball is a game of precision, a matter of accuracy, consistency. Boise Foosworks presents the high-fidelity refurbished foosball. Meeting the highest tornado ball standards, high-fidelity foosballs are soft, quiet, with a true roll,
and good durability. Exchange your balls for the high-fidelity Foosball at the best price with a money-back guarantee. Contact Mike Veit on Facebook Messenger or look for him at your next tour stop. Boise Foosworks, saving the planet one ball at a time. Since 2019, Foos Gadgets has used innovative ideas to build foosball training tools and accessories. Their goal is to make your foosball practice more fun and effective.
Hey Foosers, the Foos Gadget Speed Bridge is a great tool for all of you practice-aholics out there like I am.
From the Foos Gadget Speed Bridge to the Tornado Gold Guard to the Gold Guard Plus, visit the site for a great selection and pricing. FoosGadgets.com, using technology to create a better foosball experience. Foosball tournaments are everywhere. FoosTalk Live proudly presents a weekly update of events near you with the FoosTalk Live Tournament Beat. Here's what's up. The 2026 Ohio State Championships, July 30th through August 2nd. The competition comes to a new hotel, the Ohio Airport Marriott, Columbus, Ohio. First Coast Foosball presents the Duval Foosball Tournament, August 7th through the 9th at the Dart Bar, Jacksonville, Florida. East Coast Foosball presents the World's Warm-Up, Saturday, August 8th, Merrimack 10-Pin, Merrimack, New Hampshire. The Tornado Foosball World's Warm-Up, Saturday, August 8th at Mud Puppies in Arden, North Carolina. Canada Foosball presents the 2026 Vancouver Island Foosball Championships, August 14th through the 16th, Courtenay Legion, Courtenay, British Columbia. 518 Foosball presents the World's Warm-Up Smashdown, Saturday, August 15th, Trick Shots Billiards and Wicked Eatery, Clifton Park, New York. The World Foosball Tour presents the 2026 World Foosball Championships, September 2nd through the 6th at the Hyatt Regency, New Orleans, Louisiana. It's the 2026 Great Lakes Classic, now scheduled for October 15th through the 18th. We'll keep you posted on the details. The North Carolina State Championships, scheduled for November 26th through the 29th. More details soon to be released. It's the 20th Annual 2026 Louisiana State Championships, December 3rd through the 6th. Stay tuned for lots more details. Each week, we do our best to give you the most up-to-date listing of foosball tournaments near you. If you have an event you'd like to add, send us all the details at foosballradio@gmail.com. Tune in every week for the FoosTalk Live Tournament Beat. The FoosTalk Live Tournament Beat is brought to you in part by FoosGadgets.com, using technology to create a better foosball experience, and by Boise Foosworks, high-fidelity refurbished foosballs. FoosTalk Live is a product of Foosball Radio. With gratitude, we recognize our Foosball Radio Patreons. Our FoosTalk Live sponsor, original-leonhardt-usa.com. Tune in again next week for another episode of FoosTalk Live. In the meantime,
We'll see you foozin'.